Welcome back to the multiverse of Geekdom. This is the Fellowship of Geekdom. With me, as always, the one and only Jedi Master Tuck. How you doing tonight, Don?
I am doing great. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Oh, I'm splendid. I have been binge watching Gargoyles with my son. That
Nice.
show is so good.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely a classic.
Holds up so well. The acting is so good. You feel such emotion uh, when the betrayal happens and everything. Don't know why my camera just decided to go completely
Freaked
out of
out for a second.
focus.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Um, but man, the emotion, like when you saw them get destroyed in the very first episode, the second episode, and then you just hear like the guttural feelings. There's always been so much talk about making a live action movie.
Oh,
I would love
I
that.
would love it.
It
Dude,
would be
I've
great.
always said that should do that. Yeah, absolutely. Who would you get to play Goliath?
Ooh.
That's the key.
Um, they would have to have gravitas,
Gravitas.
and they'd have to be a large individual.
Definitely
Oh
a
man.
large person, yeah.
The Rock could do it.
The Rock could do it for sure.
Although I don't know if he's got the range, but I mean, Goliath doesn't have like a lot of cadence to him.
Sure.
He's not like a very
Trying to
emotional.
think who else is like big like that.
Josh Brolin could do it.
Oh, that's actually a good pick. That's not a bad pick at all. I like that pick a lot. Josh Brolin. Okay.
Michael Shannon. Um, so there are
Is he big? I
some
don't know. How
casting.
tall is he? That's the other thing. I don't know how tall he
Well, I
is.
don't know, but you know,
Yeah.
it's CGI. They're gonna be
Oh
gargoyles,
yeah.
so
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean,
For sure. That's true.
they can figure something out.
That's fair.
Have you heard the casting rumors that House of the Dragon is looking for twins, blonde, shoulder length hair, around ages 3 to 4?
Okay.
I'm thinking it's going to be the aged up versions of Helena and Aegon's uh, children, Jaehaerys and Jaehaera, the
Hmm.
twins. Um,
Sure. Makes sense.
there's a very big scene in the books that involves those twins and their younger brother. And it is one of the most impactful scenes in Fire and Blood, I would say. Um, and I think we might be going there, and I'm very excited about it.
So let me ask you then: is this one of those scenes where you're like, "Oh, they did it," or is this just like, "Oh, okay, this really you had to do this scene because of the story"? Like, is this going to be Red
um,
Wedding, or is this going to be like, "Oh, okay, this makes sense"?
well, I mean, the Red Wedding made sense.
No. But what I'm saying is, it going to be like that type of impact, or is it just going to be like, is it a story beat, or is it like a, oh shit, they did that
Both.
kind of thing?
It's
Okay,
both.
okay. No, I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Okay. No, I
So I
mean,
think this has a lot of potential if the casting rumors are true, if that's what they're going for. Um,
I
it's a game changer, if you will. While we're in the realm of Westeros, recently, uh, George R. R. Martin says he is 75% done with Winds of Winter. Do we believe him?
don't know. I
Supposedly has
don't
been
know.
working on it for a very long time.
Really?
Question is,
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
hopefully,
Yeah.
book readers have been waiting for a very, very long time. In other news, Mario Super Nintendo World to open in
Yes.
Florida, in addition to the recently opened one in California. Don,
Yes.
where are you from?
I'm from Maryland, but I live in Florida. So yes, I'm
Oh,
excited for
Florida.
this
Yes,
because I
yes.
go to the parks frequently. So
Which park is your favorite park?
yes, I will be there. Oh, Disney for sure, only because they have Star Wars. I mean, come on. But yeah, no, dude, Universal is fun too. I love going
Mario
to
Kart.
Universal and playing around with my moms.
You're gonna get to play Mario Kart
I hope they have
in real
Mario
life.
Kart. I hope they have Mario Kart. Absolutely.
It's gonna be like Mario Tennis. You just gotta go out there and play tennis with people dressed up in Mario
That's what I'm
suits.
saying. So well, I can go Harry Potter World too, man. I'm down. I'm in. I can Avada
Would you
Kedavra,
want to
and I
do
can.
that?
I would want to do that. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm so excited for this. I'm obviously a huge Mario fan. I have Mario Legos. Um, I've always played the game since I was a kid, so yeah, I can't wait to step into this
You
world,
send
and it's
me
going to be so fun.
Mario. Wow! Woohoo! Ah! Speaking of Mario,
It's it'll be great. Yeah,
uh, apparently in the new edits of the trailer, they have changed the way that Mario, Chris Pratt, delivers a
yeah.
woohoo.
I wish they would just leave him alone about it. I just don't care.
No, come on, I care. I just want a
Really?
little panache, just something other than just Chris Pratt.
Yes, but let's wait till the movie comes out to actually judge it. We've literally had
Oh,
like a
I'm not
couple
judging it.
sentences.
I'm
That's
just saying
it.
I think this is a
No,
good
I'm not saying you
change.
are. I'm saying, but people are just
It's a
have
good
been just giving him
change.
so okay, and that might
You
be. I don't
changed
know.
it
I just
to latrine. It used to be crap. It's a good change. Good
a good
change.
change. Yes, I don't know. I'm just waiting to see the movie before I start saying anything about it because I don't know what
Oh,
they're going to do.
true.
I think he might go in and out of it kind of thing. I don't know how long he's going to be able to actually hold an Italian accent. I just don't know. So we'll see.
I don't know.
But
It doesn't have to be an Italian accent. Just a little something. Just give me a little something other than, hey, I'm Chris Pratt and I'm here.
oh well, yeah,
I'm a
oh yeah, no,
plumber.
definitely. I agree with that.
Just
I
give me a
agree
little
with that
something, a little twang, a little
for sure.
personality.
Yeah, no, I don't want him. Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't want just him either, like his regular voice either. No, definitely not. So we'll see. Look, from the trailers alone, this movie looks great. So as long as this movie gives me what I want, which is what the trailers have given me, I think I'll be happy with this movie overall, even if the voice is kind of crappy.
I guess. We'll
I mean,
see.
we're getting it's basically Rocky. We're getting a training scene. We're getting Mario Kart scene. We're getting him fighting Koopa. We're getting Koopa burning down the Penguin Village and Ice Castle or Ice World. I mean, this is going to be a
We'll see.
stupid, fun cartoon, man. It's going to be awesome. Or animated. It's going to be awesome.
Hopefully.
Yes, hopefully. What else you got, Joe?
Do you know a man by the name of Jimmy Cameron?
I have heard the name. It has crossed my radar a few times, yes.
He's made some films.
A few I've heard, yes.
A couple. He now has 3 of the top 4 grossing movies of all time, with Avatar 2 passing Titanic to fall in at 3rd.
Yes.
And it's still growing. But Titanic's also in theaters at the moment, right?
Yeah,
Didn't they do something
they
that
were
brought it
doing a
back?
re-release. Yeah, it was in the theaters for a little while. I don't know if it still is, but
Everybody should really go support these small independent pictures.
Avatar was re-released before Avatar 2 came out for a while too.
Yeah.
So that made some money.
That's how it got back to be number 1. We need to
Yeah.
get Endgame re-release so it bumps
Yeah, I
back
know.
up.
Yeah, I know. Right? They should just release them both indefinitely, and just whichever one wins. Just
keep them in
let them
theaters
go.
for
Just let
literally
them
ever.
go. Just let them go. Just whichever one wins.
Hey guys, listen, we're just gonna reserve this theater. Every 3 hours,
Yeah.
it's gonna play either Avatar or Endgame.
Yeah, that's
Endgame
it.
or Avatar. You got 2 choices, kid.
And it's always a surprise. It should be a mystery. Every time you look, you just buy the ticket, and it's just one or the other.
Fucking James Cameron.
Look, man. I mean, I will say I think everybody knows I'm not the biggest James Cameron fan. I'm not the biggest Avatar fan or Titanic fan, but you can't deny the success. So I mean, the guy's earned it, and I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, he does make beautiful films. I will give him that for sure. He makes very beautiful, aesthetically pleasing films for sure.
Sure. They're pretty to look at.
Yep. I think they happen to be an hour too long, but that's just my
He might have just stolen the story of native peoples and turned it into a movie about blue people. But
you know,
could have done the Smurfs.
right. It's like Angelina Jolie playing Rosa Parks. It's all good.
Well,
Just let it
speaking
happen.
of alien planets and such, Jon Favreau has said that he has already finished writing season 4. Reminder, season 3.
Yeah.
Not out yet.
Not out yet. No. Yeah, I mean, look, this just tells me that this season is already, and they know they have it in the bag. And I hope I'm right. I hope that's what it is. I hope they are looking at season 3 before it even comes out, saying this is going to blow everybody's mind. So yeah, we're going forward.
Oh, I agree, but it could also just be him kind of trying to force the internet into demanding another season, regardless of how it does. It could be a good amount of positioning for him. Negotiating.
I mean, it also could be that they said that they're going to give them 4 seasons. Like maybe they pitched them 4 seasons or 5.
It's entirely plausible.
Have already agreed.
I'm just saying.
You know what I mean?
You never know. Could be a lot of things.
Right. Oh, it could be. Yeah. No, absolutely. But again, I just hope that is them saying that this is at least good enough that we think you should keep going. So.
I hope it's just Jon Favreau liking to play with toys.
I want to play in that sandbox.
I feel like that's all that Mandalorian has been. It's just Jon Favreau playing with his toys.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, dude. His favorite character is Boba Fett. This is basically Boba Fett. This is at least what he wanted Boba Fett to be.
Right. That's what they based it off of his toys when he was a kid and stuff.
So, it's perfect. I mean, they're killing it. I mean, they've already knocked 2 seasons out of the park, man. So, and that's hard to do with Star Wars right now because it is a love or hate type of franchise right now. So
I like everything I watch.
I do too.
I like
for the most
Star
part.
Wars, Marvel, DC. Some of it's better than others. Some of it's not very good, but I can enjoy it all.
Sure. Yeah.
I can find good in anything.
As long as, I mean, it would have to be to the point. And again, I don't want to crap on it because he's my favorite character, but it would have to be Boba Fett bad to really like.
I didn't mind Boba Fett. I liked it,
and I don't either. I agree with you. I do see the flaws in it. I guess I even though I
see some of them. I also think some of the stuff people don't like about it. It's like so pedantic and ridiculous. Like, they have colorful speeder bikes. Like, bro, you never heard of paint?
Well, I do call them the Power Rangers, but my biggest critique of the show for me is that the trailer pitched us the Godfather in Star Wars, and we did not get that. We did not get yes.
I don't think that's what the trailer.
That's how Favreau and Filoni said. They said they watched the Godfather. They watched Carlito's Way. They watched all like the old school mob movies as inspiration for this show, and I didn't feel it. So that's the only reason that I think it where at least could have been a little bit better for me. But again, it's my favorite character. I still love the show overall. I love the show. So.
So you like Star Wars?
I mean, I've dabbled. I've seen them all once, maybe twice.
Have you ever
haven't
used
got
the
into the
Force?
shows that much. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, obviously.
Speaking
I love
of
it though,
things,
man. Like I said, this is the best time to be a Star Wars fan for sure. It doesn't matter what the quality is. Everybody thinks they're giving us is. We're getting a lot of Star Wars.
yeah, and they're just talking. You think that this year at Celebration, sorry, I blanked for a minute there, that they're going to release the fact that they're making movies. On the break room today, New Rock
I
Stars.
think
If
they
you don't
have
know what
to.
that is, check it out. Coy Jandro speculated that he thinks there might be some changing of the guard going on, and that the new regime will announce new movies. That's why they're taking a year off from Celebration next year. But I do not know. It is hard to predict the future or read people's minds. I've never been good at it.
Yeah. Well, the rumor is that she's going to walk away after Indiana Jones, which is in June. That's the rumor, or at least one of the rumors. One of the rumors.
We named
is
the
that
dog
she is
Indiana.
that she's going to try that this they think this movie is going to be big, and that she's going to try to walk away from Lucasfilm.
On top,
with a hit basically, or with a home run.
King of the castle, king of the castle.
Yeah. The thing is, though, who the hell do they bring in? That's the question.
Well, I would think Dave Filoni.
He doesn't
Maybe
want to be
John
head. He's already said he doesn't want to be it.
Maybe John
He turned it.
Favreau.
I think it should be, and again, I don't think it should be this particular person, but I think it should be somebody like him. No. Oh, God, no. But with what he did with Andor, I think it should be somebody like that, like Gilroy. I think it should be somebody serious, somebody that has the serious part of making stuff down, and then you pair him with Favreau and they have the more Mandalorian,
what about
Clone
Peyton
Wars,
Reed?
Rebels side.
But there's got to be someone who can run a studio too. It's got to be someone who can run a studio too. So it doesn't necessarily be a director. You need.
And no, I was just saying somebody of that type, that more of a serious director, more of a serious person that would take serious creative chances too. Do you know what I mean?
Donald Glover.
Oh, I wish
put him in charge.
Dude,
of Star Wars.
I really wanted that Billy D. Williams and him Lando series.
That'd be great.
That would have been awesome if they did that.
Donald Glover's Lando was flawless.
It was perfect. It was absolutely
perfect.
A
great performance.
Yeah.
I mean, Donald Glover's he's a fantastic actor. Underrated.
Oh,
criminally
yeah, for sure.
so.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to see where his Miles Morales and
his Prowler.
Not Shadow. Yes, Prowler. I mean, yeah, absolutely, dude. I kind of wanted to see where that would go.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting as shit. But yeah, we never got anything else.
Yeah, it kind of stinks.
Because he says my nephew Miles in what is that one? No Way Home or Homecoming. That's the first one, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
There were so many of them. I guess it had to be the first one, maybe.
We'll go with it.
Yeah, it was either the first one, the second one, or the last one. Speaking of the last, finally caught up on The Last of Us.
Yes. Yes.
Man, what a show. Another banger from HBO.
Yeah.
Does anybody do TV better than HBO? Even though they're not TV, they're
I don't
HBO.
think so. Dude, just think about this. They have been doing stuff like this since Oz.
Sopranos, The Wire.
Yeah. Oz, Sopranos, Wire. And then, I mean, they've just been hitting it out of the park, man. Every time they have one of these big shows, they just kill it.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, yeah,
House
exactly.
of the Dragon.
Absolutely, for sure.
HBO. Oh my God.
I mean, they really do hit these out of the park. Wasn't Mad Men on there originally?
No, that was AMC.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
But yeah, they always have these big
6
big
Feet
shows.
Under.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sex in the City, even.
Yep.
They've made some of the most popular television shows of all time. And they have no.
Yeah.
I mean, as bad as DC may have been, the HBO part of that company was always very strong.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah,
one of my favorite shows of all time is Oz. I love Oz. Such a great show, man.
But getting back to The Last of Us.
Yes.
This story is so heavy, and they do such a great job of conveying this budding and growing bond between Ellie and Joel.
Yeah.
And you see it just, there's such good actors that they just do. I don't know if it's acting, the directing, maybe it's the writing, but maybe
probably
it's all three.
All three
but
together.
They have this way of just conveying this emotional changes through small actions. It doesn't have to be a big drawn out scene or even a sentence spoken. It could just be the way that they change. They could say the same thing in every episode, but it'll be said slightly different, and you just feel the difference.
Yeah.
It's been I mean, I didn't play the games. I played the first one a little bit, so I didn't know the story really. I knew the premise, but not the weight of the story. I don't understand the hatred for episode 3. I mean, I understand it.
I don't even. Yep. I don't even.
I mean, I get it. It's all bigotry.
Yeah.
There's no other reason for it. That and the fact that they left and didn't just hang out in the gated area for a little bit and relax, kick their feet up.
I mean, I
get a sandwich.
that, but well, yeah, they definitely should have done that. But
you take a few days. You just rest. You take some time to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I would have stayed across the street though. I wouldn't have stayed in that house.
Well,
but
stay in the death house.
I would have stayed.
Right. Speaking of 6 Feet Under.
Yeah, no, I don't understand the hate for episode 3 either. I mean, if you can't watch that episode and just recognize that that's just a well-told love story, I don't understand what your issue is.
It was beautiful from the rabbit, and he was such a good cook.
Yes.
Nick Offerman, what an actor! I mean,
I love. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, I love Nick Offerman. Anytime he's in something, I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Yeah, no, he's great. He's really great at this.
And literally to backtrack, the scene with Tess, where she sacrifices herself.
Yeah.
The fact that it took them a minute to realize she was there as they were flooding through.
Yeah.
Because she was bit, smell wasn't as strong, I'm assuming. Things start to change. It throws off the olfactory.
Olfactory, yeah, that's
senses.
Smell.
Yeah, and sorry, haven't seen your moments sometimes. It was.
I wouldn't have got it right the first time either.
You felt it, and then like when in this last episode, once again we're jumping around a bit, but when his brother asks him how she is, you feel it. You feel first of all, you realize that while he loves his brother, he wants more to be with his brother. He didn't have full trust for his brother in that moment. He didn't have the ability to explain exactly what was going on. which
No.
because he thinks his brother is part of a cult.
Yep.
Which he kind of is. I'm assuming. Have you not?
No,
played
I
the
thought the
games?
same thing because when he says, when he said, or whatever, she's great or whatever he says, I was like, oh, you don't trust him. I was like, you don't even trust your own brother right now.
Yeah,
Which
and the
I
thing
kind of
is,
understand. I kind of
yeah, me
understand.
too. Because he just didn't. He stopped calling them. Stopped talking.
Right. Yep. So it made sense to me. Made sense to me. And I don't like that girl. I don't like the lady yet. I don't trust her.
I don't mind her.
I do not trust her. Oh no,
I
it's
don't
not that I
mind
don't
her,
like her as a character. I don't trust her yet. I don't know if I trust her yet. I think she's got some secrets that we don't know about.
We'll
think
see.
she's
I mean,
got
I
some
haven't played the
secrets.
games once again, so I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if you've played the games.
I yeah. Well, yes, I've played the game, but
are you speaking from knowing what's happening, or are you just conjecturing?
well, I know what happens in the game, but it's already different at this point. So what happened in this episode is already different from the game. So that's why I said I don't know where they're going to go with it.
Not to
I honestly
backtrack a
don't
little
know.
bit.
So
To backtrack a little bit again. In episode 4, or in episode 5, I guess, really,
right,
we see Sam. Right, that was the kid's name, and his brother was
Henry. Was the older brother.
Henry. Yes.
Yes.
And they
Super Saiyan.
are scared.
Yes.
Afraid. Sam and Ellie become close in a very short period of time. Joel doesn't want to help Henry because he considers him a traitor.
Yep.
But when he realizes the reason, and he remembers back to how he felt with his daughter, the way that his feelings are growing towards Ellie, it made him realize that sometimes you have to do the wrong things for the right reasons. Sometimes love is too much and never enough. Heartbreak, you know, if you're not willing to give your all for somebody, then did you ever really love them to begin with?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think this is really a great as good as this show is as far as telling the story they're trying to tell from the game. He is really giving us a real like in-depth look into this character and him really struggling with having lost his own daughter and having to care for this new kid that is in front of him, and he really has no choice but to care for her. He's trying not to, but he has no choice.
He's trying not to care.
Yes. But it's hard when you spend that much time with somebody alone, surviving, and it's hard not to
absolutely
have some kind of bond. I mean, it's just hard not to.
He's just trying not to.
Yeah, but
he doesn't want to be attached like he was.
See
with
the
his
struggle within him, though, which I love. Pedro Pascal is just amazing in this show. He really
great
really
actor.
Is. Yeah, he really is. So, I hope this is what gets him the Emmy this year, man. I really do. I really hope he gets it.
It might. You don't know. It's hard to tell, though.
Yeah.
But he's a really good actor. Super talented. And there's it's pretty open field at this point.
Oh yeah.
So after that, we see them hiding out.
Yes.
The two kids, fast friends. Ellie opens up to Sam, explains to him that she's immune because he got bitten. In one of the coolest scenes where they are sniping, they're under a car getting pulled out by zombies, and Joel is just popping heads left and right.
Oh, we see the Oh, what are they called?
I don't know what the fuck it's called, but it's a big
Yeah, I'm
chonkamonka.
trying to remember the name now. I can't remember the name now, but
It's
yeah,
a big
we see it.
zaddy, and he was ready to pummel.
Dude, those things and that scene shows exactly how those scary those things, because they are literally one hit and you're dead in the game. They are one hit and you're dead. So yeah, the way it
Damn.
just picks him up and like just starts slamming him. Yeah, it's exactly how it is in the game, dude. So it was really good, really well done scene. Very
Club
well
of Thang.
done. Yeah. I loved it.
Apollo
Loved
Bleed.
it. Apollo Bleed. Yeah, that was a crazy scene though, man. And that little girl that goes off on Catherine, dude. That little girl, the little, I don't know what you want to call her, zombie girl, the contortionist or girl, whatever she is. She goes off on Catherine at the end of that scene. She's like,
Well, now they don't call them zombies, right? They call them.
no, because technically they're alive. Technically, the humans are still alive in there somehow. It's just this fungus it takes over their body from the inside, and just,
Much like the the one that infects insects.
yes, yeah, yeah. I think it is the exact same one. It's just a mutated version. Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
sense. Makes sense.
And it got into the food supply through like flour and sugar and salt and things like that.
Yeah, I remember them saying something like that. So then moving forward, we see Joel's having what could be panic attacks.
I think that's what they are. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
And we see him kind of collapsing repeatedly, having trouble moving on.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's some type of arrhythmia or panic attacks or anxiety attacks, but whatever it is, we see it hampering him. He especially seems to be freezing up during important moments, anytime where the pressure is getting high, which is why he tries to leave Ellie with his brother to have him finish the trip. Obviously, he doesn't think he'll be able to help him. Help her.
And even to his brother, I failed so many times. I don't know if I can do it again. Which, yeah.
And now that he's caring about this girl, he doesn't want to lose her too.
Absolutely. And I love that scene between them later. The scene between him and her later in the bedroom, when she's like, "If you're just gonna get rid of me anyway," like her, that scene, man, you're just like, oh.
He was willing to let her go in order to save her. Mm-hmm. That is what true love is.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, he wasn't making the wrong decision at all. He wasn't doing the wrong thing. It's just from her point of view, she was like she says.
He could have tried to do it without being a dick to her.
Oh, sure, fair. But what I'm saying is, he was making the decision from a good place.
Yes,
he wasn't.
Yes,
right. But all she saw was, you're the only person that's actually stuck by my side and like helped me, like, and now you're just leaving me. Like, so I get it from both sides. I completely get both of there. Again, just it's so well done, man. I mean, this is just such a
it's a great
written, directed, acted show. I mean, it's just all around great. And it's beautiful, man. Some of those like shots when they're just like walking and the backgrounds and stuff are freaking awesome looking.
Yeah, America's pretty country out there.
It's a
That's
beautiful
God's
show,
country.
Man.
Flyover country.
It is.
But yeah, it's ultimately awesome. Joel decides that they're going to keep going. That he gives her a choice. And she picks him.
Immediately. She don't even hesitate.
Boy, was that a mistake. Because we see them make it all the way to the University of Colorado.
Yes.
Wow. What a trek. They are finally there. And the guard stations are completely empty. The buildings are abandoned, or so we think. Right. And there are little monkey paws all over the goddamn place. Probably got some type of AIDS. So we see them looking through the buildings, trying to find clues as to what happened, as to where they could be.
Yeah.
And then we see people.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
And they weren't the friendly kind.
They were not. They were not what I would call the friendly people. I did
They
not want to borrow
tried
sugar from them.
to kill people.
A little bit,
And
little bit.
who knows? They may have succeeded as we see Joel stabbed with the handle of a baseball bat.
Man,
Yikes. They get him on the horse. They manage to ride. And just as Ellie says, "Oh, I think we're safe. We lost them." He falls to the ground and collapses. Stupid child. Don't you know the rules of TV shows? Never say that.
never.
But no. So, where do we think we go from here?
Yeah. Just for risk of possibly spoiling something again, I don't know how they're going to handle this part. So we will see. I did watch the after episode stuff, so from what I can see in the trailer that they showed for the next episode, it looks like they're going to do what they did in the game. So I'm
we
very
will
excited to see how they handle it. Yes, it's.
If you'd like
gonna be very
spoilers,
interesting.
feel free to look up what happens in the game.
Yeah, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but it does look like they're going to keep it pretty close to the game again. So I just don't want to spoil anything. So
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Right,
Or
exactly.
hate the woman who makes this next IP.
Oh God.
Once again, before we bring this up, I think it's fair to share that we do not support her views on things.
Not at all.
But sometimes you have to overlook such things for things that you love. Not saying one way or another, but there is news that they are making a sequel to the beloved and much maligned Harry Potter franchise.
Yes.
Now, this will not be a prequel like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Ride Them. This will be
Where to ride them.
This will be The Cursed Child.
Yes.
Which is a story about the children of one Harold Potter and one Ginny Weasley.
Yes.
And also the children
Well, I think they've slept together now, so I think she's Jenny Potter by this point.
Well, I don't think that sleeping together makes you married. What world did you grow up in, Donald?
Hey, this is the wizarding world. Things are different, okay? Just that's all I'm saying. No, I'm just...
He's got the magic stick. What?
Right.
What? Magic.
Nice.
I don't know much about the story.
Yeah.
What is The Cursed Child about?
Yeah, so I mean, basically, it's about It's been a long time, so and I did not like this book, to be honest. So I'm very interested to see where this goes. I have a feeling that they are going to adapt this story and not tell the story the way it is, because it is not a very well loved.
What if I told you they're
Harry
bringing
Potter.
back all the original actors?
That is what I think they're going to lean into. I have a feeling that it's going to be, we're back at Hogwarts and they're all teachers.
Oh, look at me! I'm in Hogwarts. Oh,
Yep.
magic, wand, abracadabra, avacadabra. No, don't say that one. Oh no, now we're all dead. Hey, Don, have you started watching The Magicians on Netflix yet?
No, The Magicians.
Yeah, you got to watch it. It's a good show.
It's
like Harry Potter for adults. Not that Harry Potter's for children, but this is explicitly
I'm an adult.
for
I like
adults.
Harry Potter.
No, I know. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that Harry Potter could be for all ages, whereas this is only for adults.
Oh,
There's sex, drugs, and
rock and roll.
yeah, some rock and roll, some other music too.
Nice.
It's a good time. It's a really good time. I mean, back in '64, we would have smoked LSD out of a light bulb, and then we would have thrown the TV out the window.
Oh my God, did we just go to Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
But do you think Daniel Radcliffe, after all that he's done to try and shed the Harry
Yes.
Potter image, do you think that he will be thrown right back where he was after this movie? Or do you think he's earned enough credit outside of Harry Potter to be able to weather the storm of typecasting?
Yeah. I think he'll be able to get through the typecasting. I think this is my theory on what happened. So they have all said they don't want to come back. Ben said not really. Well, Ron's Rupert, what's his name?
Rupert Murdoch. No, Rupert Grint.
Yeah. He has said that he would think about it if the opportunity came. But the other two have pretty much said.
Apparently, somebody offered them a Brinks truck, and they.
Well, here's what I think happened. So, if you remember, a few months ago, they had the Harry Potter reunion, and they were all in the same room, crying and talking about how remember when we did this? Remember that scene? Remember that scene? And I think when they were in one of them little in between take things, I think they all WB walked in there like, "You guys want $50 million each?"
I'll be Harry Potter for $50 million.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll wear round little glasses and a fancy fucking robe. I'll swing around a little stick and ride a broom, shove it right between my fucking legs. $50 million? Buddy, I'll talk to a fucking hat. Sure. No problem. $50 million?
Oh, and I don't know if that's a number. I just made up a number. But
I'm just saying there's a lot of things I do for $50 million.
Oh, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. But I think that's what happened. He got them all in a room talking about how when they were all together playing these parts together and when they were kids and, remember that, remember that, remember that. And they were all crying and they were like, want some money? Want a lot of money? We got an idea.
Probably the way it went.
I guarantee something like that happened. If not that exactly, something like that happened is what I think. But yeah, look, I mean, I hope we at least get a good story out of this because I do love seeing them play these characters, and I would like to see them play them one more time, especially now that they're a little bit older and they can, have a little more nuance and a little more adult, bring a little more adultness to them because I think the movies got better as they got older. I really do. And they were able to sort of go into more of the more mature, mature topics. So, yeah, I think it helps the series. So I'd love to see them back. And maybe Harry's son is picked as a Slytherin. And maybe he's dealing with that. We don't know.
You know why Severus became a Slytherin, right?
Why Severus did?
Yeah, because he was trying to slither in Lily. Oh, man.
That's awesome. I would like to see that actually, though. I think if they do another movie or if they do go into another time period, I'd either like to see the Harry or James Potter and all them when they were in school, or I would like to see the Lord Voldemort story, the actual story told out, like
Tom Riddle.
And another
little
good
Thomas
one, I think,
Riddle, filthy little mudblood.
Mudblood. He's a mudblood.
He's a mudblood.
That's why he hates mudbloods, because he's a mudblood. He's a self-hating mud. Self-hater. He's a self-hater. I think another good story, though, if they wanted to go into a completely different time period, would be to tell the beginning of Hogwarts, how the four main wizards created
Mr.
Hogwarts.
Hufflepuff.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff they could do in this world. The only problem is, I believe as of right now, she still has creative control.
So check it out.
Yeah.
Sesame Street, Harry Potter.
Okay.
Snuffer Hufflepuff. Snuffer
Hufflepuff. Nice.
And
Snufflepuff. No, it's Snufflepuff.
He would totally be a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, Snufflepuff.
I mean, he's useless.
I like it. No, I like that actually though. That's good.
Big Bird would be Gryffindor. So would Elmo.
Yeah,
Annoying
yeah.
little goody two shoes.
Grover would
Oscar
be
would be
in
Slytherin.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
The
obviously.
Count would be Ravenclaw.
Yep. Yep. I think Grover would be Ravenclaw.
He might be. I don't know. Grover's a little too hero ball.
No, he's not smart enough to be Ravenclaw.
Yeah, that's the
He
problem.
always
I was
runs
trying to
into the
think of
walls.
intelligent characters, but there ain't really that many on it.
No,
They're all a bit Muppet brained.
He's not. Yeah, unfortunately, the kids on that show are smarter than the puppets.
Bert would probably be
true.
Ravenclaw.
Yes, he would.
Ernie, hey Bert, listen. Do you know where my rubber ducky is? Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun.
Oh, my God, that's so great. That is perfect, dude. That is so good. Oh, that was perfect. I love it. That was great.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for tonight on the Multiverse. Thank you for joining us for Fellowship of Geekdom. We look forward to getting back into fantasy shows once more fantasy shows arrive. Yes. If there are any shows that you want us to watch and talk about, we'd love it if you could drop a comment below, like, subscribe for more. We would love to be your guides through this multiverse. We have a plethora of shows to offer with a plethora of opinions and a smattering of personalities. Don, why don't you tell the people where they can find you?
Absolutely. You guys can find me at Jedi Master Tuck on Twitter. You can also find me on the Benverse and the Multiverse and Geekdom Facebook pages. And you can find me here pretty much every day of the week on one of our shows. So, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. We are still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Please, any help, we got to 200. We are so excited. So please keep helping us get there to 1,000, guys.
And you can find me at Joseph N. Boros on Twitter, here on Sundays and Tuesdays. And as always, humbly sitting in for your head geek, Ben. Thank you all for joining us and have a great night.